Again, today's top stories. London has endured another night of German bombing. Most damage was concentrated in the East End. The RAF has struck enemy aerodromes in Le Havre and the Low Countries. In Russia, further German losses are reported around Leningrad. In Asia, the American fortress at Corregidor is still defiant, but Japanese forces are reported nearing the Burmese oil fields. And that concludes the news summary. We now return you to our music program. Again, today's top stories. London has endured another night.
See here, this isn't about your dedication. Pringle certainly attests to your loyalty. No, your dismissal stems from the Titanic mission. That failure can no longer be ignored, especially now. I am sorry, but someone must shoulder the blame. The service, you understand. We can't be held responsible.
The past, forever locked in regret. But what if the past could be changed? "30 years have come and gone since the night that saw the end of a world, my world. The service needed someone on the Titanic. They chose me.
I was to wait for a signal from my contact, so I remained in my cabin. I left only once Georgia was on board. And that's when it came. There'd be no second chance. It was Sunday, April 14th. Too late, you see, for the Titanic, for me. What if I'd met with my contact, prevented disaster? What if the past could be changed? What then?
Good evening. I am Smethels, your steward, and, if I may say so, it is good to see you up and about. You've been in your cabin the whole voyage. A touch of the mal de mer, was it? Seasickness can be quite unpleasant, especially if it's one's first crossing. Since you haven't been out of your cabin, may I instruct you on how to get assistance while on board the Titanic? Very good. We of the White Star Line hope that your stay on board Titanic is as relaxing as possible. As you explore the ship, please bear in mind the following advice. The mouse is your hands, the keys your feet. If you find the screen too dark or too bright, follow the directions on the control screen help panel or consult your manual on adjusting your monitor. To find the control panel help and other features, click on the life preserver at the bottom of the screen. The control panel has a help button, as well as a quit and save game feature. You may also adjust the volume. Test the settings by clicking on the black knob. You may also switch the theme music on or off. After making any adjustments, click OK to return to your current game. Wandering the ship, if you notice a hand, it indicates something to click on. May I suggest you do so? Several personal items in your room, a brown satchel, and a pocket watch are quite useful to you during your voyage. Take them with you. You shall want to converse with other passengers. If you fail to understand them, click on their face. They will repeat their last sentence. The purser. His office is on C deck, just off the forward grand stairs. The elevator, or lift as we call it, has an attendant who can direct you to various sections of the lifts are located behind the forward grand staircase. Lastly, You may always find me by returning to your cabin, C-73, and ringing the bell to the right of the door. Your correspondence. 2,200 on board, and they all want messages delivered promptly. Even if it is 1912, and the Titanic, the most advanced means of sea conveyance ever devised, I still have only two hands. 2,200 on board, and they all want messages. Here, a map of the ship for you. Compliments of the White Star Line. I have taken the liberty of indicating your cabin, C-73. Of course, on a Sunday evening at this hour, there won't be many people out. Will there be anything else? A young lady. A most insistent young lady. The electric camel. An exercise device. They say it is good for the liver. I wouldn't know. It's located in the gymnasium, on the boat deck, on the starboard side. That's the right side, in case you had not been informed. Port. If you're facing towards the front of the ship, the left side is the port side. Have you unpacked? You'll find your trunk key in your bag, on the bed. If you require additional assistance, please ring the bell by the door. Good night.
Majesty's government has assigned an agent of the Crown to rendezvous with you on board the Titanic. Remain in your cabin until your contact gives you further instructions. After completion of all your assignments on board, book passage to remain on the ship and return to Southampton for your next assignment. For a more in-depth report of the international situation in the spring of 1912, please review the white paper included as part of this briefing. That is all. His Majesty's government has assigned an agent of the Crown to rendezvous with...
Are you wandering about? There is a card game in progress in the smoking room, held by a French gentleman. The gymnasium is on the boat deck, on the starboard side. Take the lift behind the staircase to A deck, and then go up the grand staircase to the boat deck. I suggest you contact the importunate Miss Pringle. If you're in a hurry, there are lifts for fast ascension and descension. They're behind these stairs. Good night.
Evening, I'm the lift attendant. And you'll not find one better at taking you where you want to go. Where to? Mind the gate. It's a cold night, this. Pretty much everyone's early to bed. Makes me job that much easier. Your deck now.
Hello. Don't think we've met. I'm Leyland Sekum Trask, metaphysical scribe and evangelist for the supernatural. I've been in London attending a conference on premonitions among the sensitive. Sensitives, or psychics, possess increased powers of perception. A gifted psychic can take a personal effect from a complete stranger and tell you all about them. This is a ship of destiny, which I think you know. There's a range, of course, but given the right training, psychics can reveal information hidden to others. No emanations here. Good night.
It's about time. You're late. Another 5 minutes and I'd have cancelled your mission. Yes, I'm Pringle. Penny Pringle. From the Bureau of Secrets. You didn't think they'd plunk you down on this bucket of bolts and millionaires alone, did you? What a botch-up. Some idiot in the War Office booked me into second, not first class. And I've had a fine time of it, too. The crew wouldn't let me in the first cabin at all. It's just today I located you. Look at this. A German colonel named Zeitel. He's inspecting their embassies in Havana, Washington, and Mexico City. We know better. 10 days ago, the Bureau got word that Zeitel has in his possession a priceless copy of the Rubaiyat of Ermacgerd, stolen 2 months ago in Paris after its purchase by a very highly placed member of His Majesty's government. The Rubaiyat's a book, a collection of medieval Persian poetry, a passion of his lordship's. Poetry. Persians. The German High Command must think it's important enough to have their top man smuggle the lot on board. It's your job to find out. His lordship's watching this very closely. Very closely indeed. I wouldn't fumble this chance either, unless you fancy spending the rest of your career in some grotty Midlands back office shuffling paper about. No, he's with a protégé. Name of Heidelitz, I believe. The two spend a great deal of time in the Café Parisien, nibbling pastries. Get into the wireless room. I don't know or care how, Officer Morrow wouldn't let me in. See if Zeitels received or sent any telegrams about the Rubaiyat. You've got a cryptograph in your trunk. It'll unscramble the German codes. You use the brains God gave you. Watch people. Listen. When you find the Rubaiyat, knock on my door. Cabin F, 34. Use the second-class stairs. You should be set. Remember, this is your big chance. Don't fail.
Hello, where to? Righty, I know every nook and cranny. The wireless room. Outside on the boat deck on the port side. Walk onto the boat deck and then forward towards the bow. May I take you somewhere? At your service. Take my lift to A deck, then walk up the stairs. Exit outside to the boat deck from either vestibule doors. Now where to? Very good then. Cheers.
Come here.
Third Officer Morrow here. I am sorry, but this is the officers' promenade. No passengers allowed. Yes, very calm. No moon. I don't like that. Can't see what's coming. No moon means surprises, as if we don't have enough already. Mr. Ismay, the White Star Line's president's on board. We're walking eggshells round him, I tell you. Though that's nothing compared to the creeping about my brother-in-law's doing at the moment. His entire London office is in an uproar. Tom works in the Admiralty. Seems our plans for troop deployments against Germany disappeared 3 weeks ago. Tom says the big boys are petrified the Jerrys will get wind of it. Could upset the balance of power. Politics. Desktop espionage. Bureaucrats. Pah, give me the sea. You can toss the rest. Never have. Not since the war. South Africa. Boer War. The officer was a drinker. He was drunk when they trapped us out on the veldt. On a moonless night. It was a massacre. We never saw them coming. Drink always leads to the devil. An interesting connection. For all I know, it could be true. A man's got his troubles, sick child, being away from home. But I hate whiners and apologizers. Well, thank you for your insight. Have a look, why don't you? Mind you, Phillips will have my head if he catches you in there, but I don't see any harm. Go on in.
Evening. Where to? At your service. From the A-deck promenade, walk forward to the bow. Take the stairs down to forward B-deck. Head forward past the well deck. Your cargo room's located somewhere under the forecastle deck. Now where to? Mind the gate. Up a bit late, aren't you? Just like Mr. Conklin. He's a night owl too. Just a little ways more. Step lively. Where to? Mind the gate. It's a cold night, this. Pretty much everyone's early to bed. Makes me job that much easier. Your deck now. to? At your service. Go to the second class stairs in the back of the ship. Go to the very bottom. That'll be F deck. Follow the signs to the second class cabins. Now where to? Very good then. Cheers. This way. Where to? Good night.
passenger. I can't regulate the steam for boilers 1 and 2, so I don't have time for you. You're where you shouldn't be. Get up top before you're kicked up there. Oh, with White Star, are you? I'm glad you've come. I've got some serious problems with this control panel. Oh, I doubt it. She's really acting up. See? Still working the bugs out of her. See for yourself. Have at it. There's a gauge showing the turbine's power output. The needle's got to move into the green zone. Over here. Running much smoother now. Say, since you were so interested, go on, have a peek in the engine room. She's quite a sight. Go on then, have a look in the engine room.
You are a passenger. Excuse me, I would speak with you. Forgive me, I am sorry to intrude on you, a person of such high station. I am Vlad. I have men. I am leaving my home. I am a Serb and they have killed my wife, my children, the Austrians. For that they will pay. But I do not want to burden you. Please, I need a favor. I have a friend in first class, in cabin A14. Mr. Barbican has a package for me. Can you bring it here? I am a stowaway. If I am caught, maybe they throw me overboard. Please get the package. I've eaten nothing since we sailed, save for a rat who is not so fast. His name is Barbican, in A14. Tell him you've come from Vlad. He will give you the package. I wait here for your return. Your assistance will be repaid manyfold.
We here. The fancy dress ball's upstairs, mate. Ready? Check out the toff. Why, it's the bridge. They want to go even faster. There's a shovel over there, but you don't look the type to sweat. All right. You've come to see her guts, have you? Harland and Wolf, they are. She's got 29 of these monsters. Oh no, we're practically blue from the cold down here. Belfast, that's where they built the Titanic. Not too fast, are you, Leadhead? All right now, let's see what the toffs are made of. Come on, Leadhead. Jerk? That's the best you can do? Jerk? You're just an ugly cur. What? Nobody talks that way about me, Mum. Off with you.
You found him. Sasha Barbican of Barbican Galleries. Now, what is it that I can help you with? For Vlad? He's on board? Please come in. He did it. I told him not to, told him I'd pay his ticket, but he was too proud. Such a tragedy about his family. They were with my mother's people. When Austria took Bosnia, they were killed. Many were. With his family dead, America seems as good a place as any for Vlad. Ask Vlad, I don't know. Here, his things. He'll be glad to get them. It's rather late. Good night. Enjoy your voyage.
fine night to be indoors, cold as the dickens outside. Cold but clear. Clear as a bell, and the stars, oh, you should see 1,000,000 stars in God's firmament. A congregation of light. The name's Trout, the Reverend Edgar Trout. I'm returning from a mission in Africa, to Sunapee, New Hampshire, where I live. Emily, my wife, she's dead. Thank you. We had looked forward to this journey. But she died at Port Said. Though it was Nyasaland that killed her, the doctors, you know, never did find all the parasites. Calling on Miss Pringle, she has been invaluable this voyage, a pillar. Oh yes, we're very glad she's with us. They say you met Trask. Be wary of him. Trask's a trickster. Take this card, a prayer card, from my own collection. So you must like it, this section of the Titanic. Here, second class. You can get to Scotland Road from here. Do you know it? Scotland Road? Wait, before you leave, I was wondering, perhaps you'd care to make a donation to our mission in Nyasaland. I am very happy. Tomorrow we will discuss everything. Good evening.
Thank you. I must see Mr. Barbican. I've bad news. He will not be happy. I am looking for something very important, but it's not here. You have seen a small... It is of no importance. Good night.
Did you get it? Did you find the Rubaiyat? Smashing. What have you learned? I was wondering how you got so dirty. There's a spot on your cheek. Yes, right there. You got it. More art? Zeitel's no connoisseur. No, there's something about that painting of interest to the German High Command. I don't have any information about Vlad, but the other fellow, look here. Zeitel's Titanic contact is a London art dealer named Sasha Barbican. They say he smuggles art, and he's not above selling stolen merchandise. The files say he's Serbian, interestingly enough, with links to some shady Balkan groups. Let me see. That's the Rubaiyat, all right. Well done. Leave it with the purser for safekeeping. It shall be undisturbed there. The painting's what Zeitel's really after. You must secure it. Where or how, I don't care. Just find it and bring it back here. Remember, leave the Rubaiyat with the purser for safekeeping. He might also know where the painting's stored. Sneak a peek at his cargo manifest. That should help you find the painting. Cargo stored somewhere beneath the forecastle deck. Things are thickening up quite nicely, aren't they? We've got to get our hands on that painting. Don't fail.
What do you want? Why, what do you know? Not that it matters. I'm much too busy. I must get this message through from Mr. Thayer. Mr. Thayer expects his private train car to meet him in New York, and I can't leave my post. But I need to send this telegram. Help? Yes, it might be helpful if you delivered this message to the wireless room for me. Even better, why don't you send it for me? Mr. Thayer is a very important man. So send the telegram at once. And when you have, don't forget to tell me. Very nice. Security is our first priority. I'll put it in the safe. As purser, I arrange dinner reservations, rent deck chairs, the usual shipboard duties. I live to serve. That's all then, is it? Good night.
Marital and Sasha to the ship's stern. They're having a rather heated conversation. See if you can listen in. I'll track their movements.
Yes, can I help you? You sent it? Marvellous. I was afraid you'd forgotten. Mr. Thayer'll be most grateful. And let them think the purser's not doing his job. I am the purser, and as purser, I am the one who looks after the passengers. Mr. Thayer is Vice President of the Pennsylvania Railroad, and it is I who shall inform the Thayers that their train will be waiting. So, if you'll excuse me... Yes, can I help you? Oh, wait, go away, I'm too busy. Mr. Isidore Strauss, he's lost a cufflink, and he's so particular. Thank you. It is a gold cufflink. Mr. Strauss will be very grateful. Yes, can I help you? Wonderful. Mr. Strauss will be quite pleased that I found his cufflink. I shall deliver it at once. I'm just sure his gratitude will be reflected most generously.
We've a problem, Seidel.
Which is?
The Rubaiyat. It was not at your drop point.
You are sure?
Most definitely.
But I put it there myself. What happened?
There's a third party on board. An agent working against you. Against us.
How do you know?
My servant saw them at the drop. They now have the Rubaiyat. This could ruin me, Seidel, if I were found out.
We should take precautions.
What about the painting? Did your associate bring it up from the cargo hold?
No, I don't have it.
No? But I put it there myself.
Sasha, I've discovered a traitor. Don't look so startled. It is not you.
You mean Hadelitz, your associate?
No longer my associate, I am afraid. Willy was an intellectual. And intellectuals aren't smart enough for espionage. Now, I must recover the painting and its plans. I fear this third party may already have possession of it.
And Hadelitz?
Thank you for asking. Willy will bring no further harm to the fatherland, I assure you. Let us plan.
You came after all this time. It's Georgia. I'd heard you on board. Where have you been? It's been 5 years. I'd have waited a lot longer to see you again. Why didn't you tell me where you'd gone? Dina hadn't a clue, nor did Jack. My letters were returned. Just like you to show up now, with everything such a beastly mess. You must help me. You've no doubt heard the rumors. I won't deny most of them. I can't. Even if the money's gone, I won't give the diamonds to Charles. Never. These are all that remains. My insurance for a new life without Charles or Sasha. Sasha? The owner of the Barbican Gallery? We're friends. Of a sort. He's sailing on the Titanic, taking some paintings to New York to sell. Please. I mustn't talk any longer. Take it. Take the necklace. It's my only chance now. Keep it for me. And don't tell Charles you have it. You can't know what he's like. Go.
Daisy Cashmore, surely you remember. You a naughty thing. Don't think I didn't know you'd snuck on at Cherbourg. Smithers told me all about it. The old boy's always dripping with news. Heard about Lord and Lady Lambeth. Ruined utterly. Scarcely enough left for appearances, I'm told. I always liked Georgia. Married Charles for his name and his fortune, sensible girl. But she's made her nest. Now she must live in it. Well, off on some lark, no doubt. You do keep secrets, they say, to the grave. Ta!
Nobody's allowed to... You've got the keys. You're a carter. Of course you can enter. Right this way. Come to visit your new automobile, have you? Can't say I blame you. She's a beauty. Gleaming like a new penny. Right this way. Mind your head, it's dark in there. You'll find your way from here.
Did you get the painting? Blast. Someone got there before you. If only you'd been faster. That snooty steward, Smethels, was looking for you. Find him and kick him smartly in the shins. Here's a message for you.
Still wondering? This ship holds a strange fascination for you. Most peculiar. I have a message from a young German gentleman by the name of Hederlitz. He would like to meet you in the squash court. They've opened it for him. Highly irregular, I must say, especially for fencing. Yes. Apparently, he does not favor racket sports. Surely he is. The percentage of passengers demanding the courts late on a Sunday night is small. Minuscule, actually. If memory serves me, there is an entrance to the squash courts on D deck. Meanwhile, I shall inform the young German gentleman that you will meet him presently.
With the German Imperial Army. What brings you out so late on Sunday night? I am looking for something as well. Von Hederlitz has been most irresponsible. He has disobeyed me and misplaced a favorite painting, one destined for the German embassy. A faux pas of the first magnitude. A rather charming street scene by a young Viennese painter. For someone with insomnia, you ask quite a lot of questions. What did you say your profession was? As I have observed, stay away from German business. Let us meet tomorrow in the cafe, yes? The band? They play Strauss so well. Until then. Auf Wiedersehen.
I do not meet so many people on the Titanic. It is a pity. I like the English. I wish I knew more of them. Now you have the opportunity of fencing with me. 3-time champion of my university. You are also an excellent athlete, yes? Colonel Seidel believes it so. The Colonel is very seldom confused about anything. You will play. If you win, perhaps, I relate to you some stories. En garde. Allons-y. Touchez. Allez. Touchez. Allons-y. Et là. Allons-y. Et là. Allez. Ah. Allons-y. Et là. You are the loser. How unfortunate. The Titanic, how quickly she is moving. The engines are loud here. We are nearing the Grand Banks. The Vikings thought this part of the North Atlantic cursed. Even modern sailors call it the Devil's Hole, a place of deadly surprises. Things aren't always what they seem, yes? Like me, for example. I am German, but I am also a friend to others. Perhaps even the English. Another match? Afterwards we can tell more tales. Another match? En garde. Allons-y. Touchez. Allons-y. Et là. Allez. Touchez. Allons-y. Ah. Allons-y. Ah. Allez. Sehr gut. Allons-y. Allez, touchez. Allez. You fence well. You are a great athlete. You do? Remember, only one thing is certain, and the rest is lies. It is a quote from an old book I had the recent opportunity to read. But I tell you more. I am associate professor at the University of Vienna. I document the mythos, the legends of mankind. I'm on my way to New Mexico to study the Yoni Indians under Dr. van der Plaars. I am interested in what Dr. Freud calls the unconscious mind. What happens below the surface of experience. Tell me, what frightens you more, fire or ice? The ancient Aryans believed man would see 4 ages. According to them, this is now the Wolf Age, an age that ends with ice. After the Wolf Age ends, mankind shall experience a fire that will burn for 2 generations. Clearly a metaphor for a war we must all try to prevent. Yes? Why do you assume he is interested in paintings? Yes, art. That is what I meant. And you are mistaken. Colonel Seidel cares little for art, unlike his friend Herr Barbicon. I notice he likes old Vienna, for he has many pictures of the city. If the fire comes, my friends will favor the English over Germany. Another match? Ah, a pity. If you change your mind, I shall be waiting.
Did you get the painting? Blast. Someone got there before you. If only you'd been faster. That snooty steward Smethels was looking for you. Find him and kick him smartly in the shins. Here's a message for you.
Mr. Hadelitz wishes to convey his appreciation for your recent match. He'd like you to have this ring, as a token of his friendship. He seemed to think that you'd know what to do with it. Confidentially, I thought the young gentleman quite brooding, even for a German. Yes? The lounge is closed for the night. We'd open it again only in an emergency, which we are not experiencing at the moment. Good night.
Good evening, mon ami. Buick Riviera welcomes you to the tables. You look familiar. We make a meeting before? Deauville? The casino at Monaco? New Mexico. I lived there once. In Diamondback. Such a town. So, have we met? Too bad. I have won as you see. Je regrette. Again? Good night.
I don't know you, nor do I want to. Leave me or I shall summon a steward. If you want to be a bore, I suggest you travel steerage. Good evening.
I say, how are you getting on?
Getting on? We use gangplanks, if I remember.
Quick as a cow, she is. Seen Guggenheim about?
Such a gentleman, extremely attentive to the ladies.
Especially his mistress. They say he stashed her on board somewhere.
Really, Henry? Not Mr. Guggenheim?
The Titanic's not a damned rectory, you know.
But Henry?
Quite the randy old goat from what I hear.
My goodness, I've forgotten completely. I've a message for you. Mr. Trask in D2 said you were to meet him where honor and glory crown time. Where honor and glory crown time? What do you think he meant? Good night.
Passengers aren't allowed on the bridge. Officer Morrow's in no mood to accommodate passengers right now. He's misplaced his binoculars, and he's in a right proper state about it too. Off with you now.
Good evening. Third Officer Morrow here. Sorry, no passengers on the bridge. No passengers allowed. Good night.
I knew you'd come. Charles received a telegram from the solicitors. Our estate's to be sold off. He asked about the necklace I gave you. I told him I left it with a purser. Don't say anything to him or Sasha. Not him and his group of... Oh, there's much more to tell you. Can you meet me in my stateroom? I'm in B70. It's Charles' custom to go for a drink in the smoking room. When he does, visit me.
Lord Lambeth. I'm traveling with my wife, Lady Lambeth. George has decided to take the air. I opted to take this. My wife, Georgia, she's unwell. She tells some fairly tall tales. Yes, it's not the best situation, I'm afraid. And just one of my trouble. Too many to speak of. With Georgia, how else? 4 years ago at a house party, she enchanted me. We got married and were happy. But Georgia's moods grew volatile. She imagined plots against her everywhere, even with Sasha. Sasha cares more for money than for her. I know that now. Money to Sasha. He's an art dealer. Money is everything to him. But Sasha has his secrets, and I know about them. Ever hear of the Black Hand? They're a secret band of Serbian nationalists. Their goal is to fashion a greater Serbia out of various bits of the Balkans. Anyway, Sasha's half Serbian. His gallery's their London meeting place, though I rather doubt Sasha's too involved. Terrorism isn't profitable. Besides, the Tatler Society coverage rarely extends to Sarajevo. He's on board, actually, shepherding a collection of paintings to New York. But that's a secret. Good night, and if you should speak to my wife, remember, she tells some fairly tall tales.
Doctor. I wasn't sure you'd come. First, I want to know how you fared these last years. Rather well from the looks of you. I'm glad to see you. You're the only person I can trust. Please promise me you'll help. You always were there when I needed you. Now, with my life a horrible mess. When Charles discovered my affair with Sasha, he was quite calm. But I know him, you see. His revenge is taking the necklace, leaving me with nothing. And Sasha, I'd never trust him again. Don't you see? They're looking for guns, for bombs. Sasha's friends, his gallery was their London base. They were rough men, foreign. Sasha told me they were part of a Balkan aid society. Stupid girl that I was, I believed him. But then I found out. These people, they... Charles!
Please, Georgia, continue. Was it my title or my income you found so desirable? I was never sure. Now that both assets are depleted, why don't you go to Sasha? Maybe he can help, as he's done before.
Ignore him. I see the smoking room's had its usual effect.
Idle gossip, apparently.
You see his attitude? Please, go.
Since she obviously can't depend on me. Here, take the chill out of the air. Thank you for seeing after my wife. Now I think it best you leave the happy couple, drowning in their happiness. Good night.
Remember, I need your help. Please, I must apologize. Charles, you see how 'tis. We quarreled again. I left for a walk. They stole something valuable. What, I don't know. Sasha's to sell it secretly in America. I told him it was immoral. He laughed, telling me I, who married for position, shouldn't quibble about morality. Said if I told anybody, it'd publicize our affair and ruin me. So I said nothing, though I'm afraid they'll do something horrible with all that money. The smoking room, probably, or looking for my necklace, if he can see straight. Take good care of my necklace. Return it to me in New York. We'll be there soon enough. There, together. Good night.
Georgia, afraid of me? Well, that would be a reaction at least. We no longer evoke emotion in each other. We're husband and wife in name only. You may have heard I am in financial straits. I've borrowed money from Andrew Conkling, money that he is now demanding I pay back. I've none to give. Poverty should remain the domain of the virtuous. I've no taste for it. I tell you. No, I shall fix things first. And without Georgia. Another drink? Another whiskey for, Hope you don't mind if I do. Now, you, want to know some secrets. Thank you, bartender. I'll tell you one. George's diamond necklace. It's a fake. The one on her neck, leastways. I gave the real necklace to Sasha. It's in his cabin for safekeeping. When he gets to New York, he'll sell it, quickly and quietly, for a 20% commission. I'll pay off my debts to Conkling, put Georgia away, sail back to England free and clear. She's unstable, as you know, so I'm placing her in a sanatorium. An easy thing to do, given her emotional history. The law favors the husband in these matters. She can do nothing about it. God forbid the suffragettes really do win women the vote. They'll never know their place again. Because I threatened to tell Scotland Yard about his Serbian Aid Society, and because Sasha's a greedy bastard, he'd betray his love for 20%. And Georgia thinks she's outsmarted me. No, she's got a fake about her neck and doesn't know. Another? Good night, then. You'll sleep well. The whiskey and the sea are both smooth for a change.
Just the end of the electric. The fuse box there. She said you've had no time to check her wearing. Adek's been complaining about the lights all night. We'll get her straightened right out. That is if I can find my screwdriver. Wager I forgot it below. Ta now. Be right back.
Yes, can I help you? Yes, indeed, all jewels go right in the safe. Glad to be of service. Good night.
You've arrived. I was expecting you. I was just holding court with these two ladies. Honor and glory. Crowning time. They say 100 wood carvers worked on the Titanic. Such effort. Now in such danger. Yes, for the ship. And for a mutual acquaintance. I visited with a very nice woman in second class, a Mrs. Hart. Won't sleep a wink at night, she says, because something dreadful is about to happen. She believes to call this ship unsinkable flies in the face of God, and such arrogance will be punished. She should join the Bureau. I see your friend, Willy von Haderlitz. He is in very great danger. The ring. Yes, did you notice the Russian characters on the inside band? Willy has a hidden life. There's a girl, a pretty girl. Haderlitz knows her. Show her the ring. She'll help you. Good luck. Good night.
You want something? It's Willy's ring. Willy, what's happened? Something bad, hasn't it? Something to Willy. He told me if I ever received this ring, I was to know that whoever gave it to me was a friend, and to tell them about the notebook, that they should find it. Willy's hidden a notebook on board, that's all I know. Now what about Willy? Is he hurt? Oh, he told me jokes. Bad ones, but he made me laugh. Not like Mama's friends. Mama, she doesn't like Germans, unless they've a title to their name. But I like Willy. A lot. May I have it? The ring? Yes. Yes, of course you need it. Please. Willy's in trouble. Please help him if you can.
Quickly, there's not much time. Willy Haderlitz is dead, electrocuted in the Turkish bath. I heard one of the officers talking about it. This may not have been an accident. Apparently, someone wants that painting badly enough to kill for it. Do you have it? Not doing so well, are you? Someone must have taken the painting before you got there. Young Haderlitz, a Tsarist spy? It's beginning to become clear. A notebook. Zeitel's previous mission was aiding a band of Russian revolutionaries called Bolsheviks who want to overthrow the Tsar. The Germans would like nothing better than to see chaos in Russia. I'll bet that notebook's got names of Russian radicals. Such a list would be very important to the Okhrana, the Russian secret police. With it, they'd root out the Bolshevik ringleaders and eliminate a threat to the Tsar, which would certainly help the rest of us. Quite possibly. We need more information about the murder. If Haderlitz was murdered, you'll need protection. Here, this pen releases a single burst of knockout gas when opened. Find that notebook. It could be vitally important. Go investigate the situation at the Turkish bath. Move.
Most regrettable. Most regrettable indeed. The young German gentleman, dead. In the electric bath. Quite unanticipated. He was alive. Most vocally, too, just a few hours before, arguing with someone on B deck. The gentleman's voice was unfamiliar. About a painting. He'd misplaced it. And the other gentleman wanted to know where it was. Yes, I believe Dr. O'Loughlin is waiting to move him, so as not to alarm the other passengers. It is, I must warn you, a most unpleasant sight. Very good. This is most irregular. Most irregular indeed.
What have you heard? Anything? Tell me. You knew him? Look. Don't breathe a word to anyone. Do? Bloody well nothing. Not till New York. The rest of the passengers must not be alarmed. Ismay is going to raise hell when he hears. And I thought this would be an easy trip. Talk to Smethels, his steward. Say the man came down here after using the squash courts. Be my guest. Mind you, it's not pretty. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Can you feel it? The air has changed. It's clammy, cold, like the ice caves in the Eiger. But you're not here about climatology. What do you want? I don't think his death was an accident. He has double-crossed the Colonel. That may help you. The Titanic was never christened. Very bad luck for a ship. They say that when building her, a worker was entombed in the hull. And though we've 2,000 on board, the Titanic is only half full. The world's wealthiest men, Henry Clay Frick, J.P. Morgan, the Vanderbilts, canceled their trip. They know when to listen to their gut. The vibrations of the astral plane are quite strong. Whatever happens will be quite interesting. Certainly. A passage from the Rubaiyat. Many knots unravel could mean a rope. Complete the rest of the verse and you'll find your answer. Good luck. At a dead end, did you read the full verse? And many knots unraveled by the road. Do you think the passage on E deck, the one called Scotland Road, is what Haderlitz meant? Good luck. Goodbye. I'll be here if you need me.
Christ almighty wonder! You has a face ache, ain't you? Rooming the ship, poking your nose into everyone's business. Just who do you take me for now? One of those la-di-da millionaires up top? Jack Hacker keeps his word, honors his promises. When I saw you come in, I says to myself, they'll be wanting to know about him. The foreign gentleman, German I suspect, a remedy nervous type he was too. Give me a bob and told me to tell whoever asked to repeat a phrase word for word. You want to hear it now? But still the vine her ancient ruby yields, and still a garden by the water blows. Yeah, that's it. Here, he wrote it down. What's it mean anyway? Some rich man's game you play? You can have it.
What now? Another clue? Aha! The Rubaiyat again! But still the vine her ancient ruby yields. What's red and old? Still a garden by the water blows. Still a garden by the water blows. We're on the water, obviously. And a garden means plants. Where's there a profusion of greenery on board? Figure it out. Goodbye. I'll be here if you need me.
Meeting you again.
Snooping about the...
What now? Another clue? I'd searched the Café Parisien. It's a veritable garden by the water. Good luck. Goodbye. I'll...
Please leave me.
Don't mind if I do. Smoke 'em if you got 'em, I always say. Gave a pack of these to the German kid earlier tonight. He's an odd one.
While we was docked in Queenstown, I saw him on top of one of the smokestacks.
The last one, right at the top. Who knows what he was up to? Looked like he was hiding something. Crazy crowd kid.
God has moved his mighty hand against the wicked. Gambling, lewdness, and a mixing of the classes are repaid with fire. You have heard the news? Young Hadelitz has gone to meet his maker. Or someone else, eh? We can only speculate, can't we? They say the electric bath has never malfunctioned before. Believe me, it wasn't the voltage, but the cleansing work of the Lord. I'm looking forward to talking with you about the mission. God needs your help. Thank you so much. I will call on you tomorrow. Good evening.
Still running rough. You're so clever last time, you cared to have a go again. Right, there's a gauge showing the turbine's power output. The needle's got to move into the green zone. Still running far too rough. Can you... Go. Cheers, mate.
interfered in my affairs for the last time. You are the one who stole the Rubaiyat. Prepare to die at the hands of Serbia.
I think that notebook is for me. Please. I know exactly who you are. The agents have our secrets, yes? Thank you for finding it. Willie would have appreciated your effort. Cold, isn't it? I've maintained climate is the crucible of civilization. Culture blooms in the temperate. It is the tropic and Arctic zones which breed barbarism. Russia, for instance. In that notebook are names of anti-Tsarist Russians, revolutionaries living in exile. Germany supports these men. They are called communists. We provide assistance, small courtesies, and, wherever possible, financial encouragement. One of these men is moving to Krakow soon. Charming city, Krakow. We urge Willie to befriend such types in Vienna. He kept a list of such men for us, or so I thought. He was a Russian agent who was going to turn those names over to the Okhrana, the Russian Secret Service.
Dave would kill them. Secretly, of course, but kill them just the same. Think. With the revolutionaries all dead, the Tsar would be secure on his throne.
That should not be allowed. Not when there are wars to be planned for.
Now then, the notebook. An iceberg. They've run into an iceberg. The idiots! I will be taking that notebook now. What?
You see, my friend, we will all meet the devil, eventually.
That's a nasty bump. You'll live. But for how long is the question? We've struck an iceberg. The incompetents, the idiots! That was an hour ago. The captain's called women and children to the boats. It's serious. She's sinking by the bow. She's got about an hour left, maybe a little more. The Rubaiyat. And a fine time I had getting it back from the purser. It's safer with you now. And the painting. You have to find it. We need to get those plans. Here's your necklace from the purser. The Serbian Vlad. He must have the notebook. The notebook lists the names of Russian radicals. The Germans actively encourage Lenin and other revolutionaries. You must recover that notebook. This information is vitally important to our Russian allies. I know you're hurt, but the Titanic's sinking. It's not going to be easy. The lifts have been shut down for good. We must get the evidence off the ship before it goes. So, up we go. Now get cracking.
Get me to leave. I'm not going. I'm not leaving Willie. I want to stay near him on the ship. We met here in the lounge the first night out. He introduced himself. Willie was so kind. Not like Mama's friends. They just want our money. I'm staying with him. We went for a walk that night on deck. There were so many stars, just like tonight. I told him you can't see the stars in New York. The lights burn too bright. I told him to go to Central Park. I was going to take him to the park to show him the stars. Here, take this shawl. I don't need it. If you get to New York, visit the park. That's where you see stars. That's where I wanted to take Willie. Goodbye.
I wondered when you'd rematerialize. We're in a bit of a spot, don't you think? Me? My lord, no, I'm too old and too fat for small boats. Besides, after spending my corporeal career communing with the beyond, I'm not too worried about joining it now. Visit Mr. Riviera, he's playing for some very high stakes. You'll find him where he's always been, in the smoking room. hurry. The Titanic won't last much longer. I suggest a hand of cards with Mr. Riviera. Hurry. Remember, everything that happens tonight, it's important. You've changed the past. Now, change the future. Need a psychic reading? I'm heading somewhere far more interesting. Let those who would stay save themselves. But what's still unknown is what you will do. Don't you see? You've changed the past. You've had that chance. What you do now will change the future. Don't fail. I suggest a hand of cards with Mr. Riviera. Hurry. You've changed the past. Now, change the future.
You are proving surprisingly hardy, so perhaps you'll honor one more request. The evening's last, it would seem. A wise decision. You could save a life.
The Lady Georgia's, of course. I've poisoned her. If you decide against helping me, she will die.
But if you cooperate, the antidote for her. Why, there goes Mr. Ismay. He's abandoning ship. Not just the women and children. The president of the line gets a seat too. So, will you help?
As you wish. But how tragic for the lovely Lady Georgia.
Stand back! Ladies and gentlemen, maintain order! Women and children board first!
Prepare to swing out! Lifeboat away, sir! Nobody above this deck. Orders to be maintained. Last thing we need's a riot. If you go down there, I can't guarantee you'll come back. It's dangerous down there. Quickly now. If I'm still here when you return, I'll let you back up.
and Sasha. Yes, Sasha cared only for himself, not Serbia, not the Black Hand. This is war. Deserters are shot. Like dogs. Maybe you come for the notebook. The one the German wanted? Maybe you want this. The English Lord's necklace. It is mine to sell. The money for the Black Hand. Then you will see somewhere, sometime, within a month, in a year, we strike. We will start a fire. A fire that will destroy the Austrian oppressors, destroy Europe, and all Serbs will know freedom. I must leave. I must get on a lifeboat. Once again, I must ask for your help. Find a way to let me board a lifeboat unnoticed. Women and children first is the rule. What? How? A disguise? No, I die like a man. You can get me into the first class? To the boats? What can I give you? Never. It is for Serbia. Quickly, what do you take? Take it and give me. Give it to me. If I disguise myself, I can reach the boats. The sea, it's coming in.
Bastard Conklin and his wife, as bad as he is.
Mrs. Conkling, she's stolen my baby. I let her hold the baby so I could get my hands free. I let her and she took him. She told the steward Eddie was hers. He wouldn't let me follow her up. She's leaving with my baby.
Easy, Shay. Those stewards, they won't let us back up to first class. It don't take brains to see what's gonna happen to this ship. Now you listen. That German gave me this painting. He's never come back for it. Get the baby and it's yours.
Take the letter. Find her. See if she'll trade the baby for it. Please, you're our only hope.
You don't, and I'll chuck this painting into the sea. Get moving.
You made it! There's not much time left. Now get up on the boat deck. Orders to be maintained. Last thing we need's a riot. Now get up on the boat deck.
How is the mission going? Good job. We need to get all these objects off the ship safely. The sailors are giving priority to women and children. If worse comes to worse, give me the evidence. Let's hope it doesn't come to that. There are still quite a few boats left.
I say, old bean, absolute madhouse, don't you think? People running hither and thither, no organization, no plan of attack.
Henry doesn't think the situation calls for panic.
Lunatics, all of them, running about like rabbits with a stoat at the hole.
The lapse in social order is absolutely shocking.
Boats! Ha! If I were captain.
Such people, they're not dressed for the first cabin, like those two immigrants on the second-class stairwell. Really, something should be done. The woman's quite upset, and the man with her was carrying a painting. Of all things, a painting. What is the world coming to?
Sodding foreigners!
I can't possibly get in these boats.
I agree. Packing the women off in such crowded quarters.
Frightfully cramped.
Like tinned mullet.
The Titanic is perfectly safe, isn't it?
I say, I'm in need of a gin.
Not now, Henry, not now. The officer there, he wants me in the boat.
They say the smoking room's still open.
Goodness, I do believe I hear running water.
Perhaps we can play a few hands with that Frenchman.
Henry, I do think we should stay here with the boats.
Blast it all, Ribena. Pitch yourself in. I say, old bean, coming with. Suit yourself then. Cheerio.
Don't push. Keep your hands well inside the boats.
Did you see the Astors? Why, John... leaving?
What do you want? He's mine now. No one will know. He'll have a good life with me instead of that penniless girl. Leave. I'm getting on that boat. The letter. You have it? It can ruin us. Ruin me. I'll trade you. The letter for the child. Hurry! The letter for the child. Here. Take it. Take it. The letter. Yes, let me have it. What a fool! You don't have a seat in the boat.
Nobody's allowed above this deck. I'll try.
You got him back. Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Here, take the painting. No use I got for it. Go on, get up top with my sister and the baby. Save them.
No, Jack, no. Not without you.
Hush now. Hush. There'll be no luck for men like me up top. I'll try me luck back here, in the stern. Get moving.
It's best I be going now. Take me to the boats.
Thank you. I'll not forget this.
It's first class I'm in. I'll never forget what you done. God protect you.
See what I said about moonless nights? Number 14 and 16 are being filled. Be patient. There are still women waiting. Help the passengers. The last thing we need's a riot. Keep your wits. I'm counting on people like you to preserve order. Yes, keep them calm. I'll see what I can do. Step back! Boats 14 and 16 are next.
If you decide against helping me, she will die.
But if you cooperate, the antidote for her.
As you wish.
Time's growing short. Try to get the evidence and save yourself. That sailor's threatened to throw me on the next boat. but I can hold my own a little longer. Yes, if it comes to that, but there must be some way to get off this ship. Yes, take the next available boat.
Two boats, 2 and 4. Don't make me use this! Be patient. There are still women waiting. Reassure the passengers. If they panic, we'll save no one. Yes, keep them calm. I'll see what I can do. Look, return here in a few minutes. There may be room. No promises now. Just come back. Don't forget.
The boats are full. There's no more room. No more. When these boats go, that's it. We're trapped. We'll drown. I'm getting on, you understand? They'll throw out somebody else. I've got money. I'll give them thousands. I've got to get on a boat.
Stand away from the boats. It's women and children. Women and children only. I'll shoot. Come closer and I'll... Women and children first.
May God protect you. Thank you.
Last 2 boats, 2 and 4. Be patient. There are still women waiting. Help the passengers. The last thing we need is a riot. Look, return here in a few minutes. There may be room. No promises now. Just come back. Don't forget. Last 2 boats, 2 and 4. Be patient. Yes, keep them calm. Keep your wit. Help the passenger. Look, return. passengers. If they panic, we'll be patient. Yes, look. Patient. There are... Yes. Keep your... Keep your wits. Stay calm. Calm. Pause the last one. Damned rigging's delayed us. Be patient. There are still women waiting. Don't make me use this. Reassure the passengers. If they panic, we'll save no one. Yes, keep them calm. I'll see what I can do. Goodbye. You've done your best to help. Quick, we've space for one more. Get in. Damn it. Now! There's no more time. Get in, you can go. Get in, damn you, it's an order. Tell them we did our best. Tell them...
Left the sinking ship without the Rubaiyat, nor did he have the real Lambeth diamonds.
The Black Hand never got its funds, money intended to finance a wave of terrorism across the Balkans. One of the intended targets, the heir to the Austrian throne, Archduke Franz Ferdinand. His murder might have started a war. We were lucky. We got peace instead. As for the painting, it left with me. The plans proved useless. In the month following the sinking, the War Office scrapped the proposed deployments in a cost-cutting measure. But the canvas? As the only artifact saved from the Titanic, the painting became famous. Along with its creator, a rather excitable Austrian named Adolf Hitler, who makes a lucrative career to this day, peddling overpriced alpine vistas to the carriage trade. I left the ship with Willie's notebook. Eventually, it found its way to the Russians. The Tsar's secret police were grateful, and the names Stalin, Lenin, and Trotsky vanished from history. The communist revolution aborted. I didn't really realize it then, but that night 30 years ago was one of history's most crucial. Though the Titanic carried 1,500 to their death, a peaceful world would be their epitaph. Our mission was a success. With no wars or bloody revolutions to derail us, prosperity and progress has flowed into every corner of the globe, bringing humanity a security known only to the privileged few before the Titanic sailed. Today, on April 14th, 1942, I am leaving the service to retire in a world at peace. One can only imagine how different it could have been, would have been, if we had failed.